Hey all, no null here. I'm finally making a theory video about this perfection arc currently ongoing on SMG4's channel. Sorry for the long wait lol. So I think I will first begin with a prominent theory most people have had for a while, and which I think has been greatly strengthened by yesterday's announcement video. SMG4 is probably going to become the next Zero/Niles. Now to make it clear, I am not suggesting that SMG0 or Niles will be returning in any way, or that any new cosmology lore will be developed. It is clearly stated in the description of the Revelations arc playlist that the cosmology lore is finished. The only way I could see Niles/SMG0 showing up again is as direct references such as in the What If 2020 to rap or as appearing from the afterlife like Exalted in Revelations. Anyway, I believe SMG4 will be the antagonist of this movie and that he will go even further into the deep end, becoming more angry and then more insane. However, at the same time I do not think this arc will have as high stakes as the cosmology saga, as I doubt SMG4 will threaten the universe or become an eldritch monster or anything like that. I think this movie will be somewhat similar to the Rapper Bob arc, as it will be focused on SMG4's character and his estrangement from his friends, but will likely have higher stakes than Rapper Bob for sure. As a side point, I do not think SMG4 is being controlled by a malicious entity or anything, similar to how Niles was influenced by the God Box. And the only way I could see SMG4 being a threat to the universe is if he maybe wanted to reset the universe from scratch, as maybe he believes he cannot make a perfect video because the current SMG4 universe is too convoluted or something, I don't know. But this theory is unlikely in my opinion. Anyway, why am I suggesting SMG4 may become the next Zero? Well, the three most obvious possible hints towards this, which I would find hard to believe are not coincidences, include the repeated use of the word perfect by SMG4 and his obsession with creating a perfect video, which eerily mirrors Niles' repeated use of the word perfect and his desire to create the perfect universe. Moreover, on the current channel banner in the trailer, the walls are covered with the writing, "It's gotta be perfect," which is also the exact same name and logo for the upcoming movie. Notice how the "oh" in gotta is underlined for some reason. This seemingly makes no sense until you remember a particular character, and how the use of circles in the past have been used to tease a connection to Zero, such as with the God Box symbol used by the Box Club. The writing on the walls is also very similar to the writing on the walls in one of the rooms in the cathedral from the 10-year anniversary movie, which were probably related to Zero and so likely written by him. Lastly, in the final shot of the SFM trailer for the movie, multiple eye symbols appear behind SMG4. Eyes are a consistently used piece of symbolism for Zero, with this use of eyes here reminding me the most of the final stage of the Genesis arc channel banners. This is the strongest piece of evidence towards SMG4 becoming like Niles/Zero in my opinion, as it is the most overt reference to Zero. I've also seen people point out that this scene in the Mario Day video with SMG4 and SMG3 mirrors this scene of Niles and SMG0 in the Revelations movie, both in the animation used and in what is being discussed, and I'm split on whether this may be a reference or not. It is also worth mentioning that SMG4 is starting to display two traits of Niles: enragement and insanity. Enragement is clear in the Mario Day video, and insanity is being heavily implied in this recent trailer. I am not going to try and predict what events may actually happen in this movie too much, as we just know way too little. The Revelations trailer was very vague, but in comparison with the trailer for this movie, it told us a whole lot more. It's safe to say that the announcement video is not canon and the events of the SFM trailer probably won't happen in the movie, or at the very least it will play out quite differently. The only things I can pull from it is that SMG3 and Maggie will play large roles, which was already expected, especially for SMG3 due to his large role in the first prelude episode to this movie that led to all this. Also, this is a stretch, but we see SMG4 reach out towards SMG3 at the end of the trailer. Perhaps whatever plan SMG4 may have in this movie requires SMG3. That would make sense, as they both make up the meme guardian pair, and I would be honestly surprised if they didn't bring up any cosmology lore into this movie, especially as SMG4 mentions the fact that they are meme guardians in the Are You OK episode. Though I'll reiterate, I do not think they'll make any new cosmology lore. I just think they'll back up old cosmology lore we already have, like meme transmutation. One last thing I want to mention is that if they do go down this route of making SMG4 the next Zero, I hope the climax of this arc could take place in the cathedral in the dark web where Zero is introduced for the first time. I just think it'd be a neat detail. Also, no, I do not think anyone will die in this arc, at least permanently, especially as a lot of the characters just got new designs, and the fact that no minor side characters who could be more likely to die due to their relative lack of importance compared to the main cast have really appeared so far in the arc prelude. As if a character was to die, they'd probably have had more appearances recently, especially in the prelude episodes. I also want to speculate on the length of this upcoming movie. I believe it will probably be of similar length to Revelations, which was 50 minutes, and I think it's best to set reasonable expectations to around that length. However, considering Revelations was the longest movie we got so far, it is realistic that this movie could reach as long as 1 hour, but try not to raise expectations too high. Lastly, I do not believe that this is an arc, in the traditional sense that an arc playlist will be created, as if that was to be the case I think the arc playlist would have already been made by now. But the creation of a playlist could still happen, possibly when the premiere for the movie shows up, so I will not rule out the possibility. If this is a named arc, I think it would be called the Perfection arc, as some people have suggested, as it is a simple and effective name in my opinion that has a lot of relevance considering SMG4's usage of the word perfect. Okay, bye for now. I will try to release another theory video very soon about an even wilder theory I have.